Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is June 1st. This is my weekly shop update. So kind of a goofy week for me. That's why I'm kind of posting this a little bit later this week. Memorial Day weekend, that long weekend kind of threw things off a little bit for me. We were gone for a few days visiting my parents. If you saw the walking around the woods video I posted a couple of days ago. So not a whole lot of things going on here. So this will probably be a fairly quick video. But I did post 3 videos last week after last week's shop update. So as I mentioned, I think a couple weeks ago, I have a lot of editing to do and a lot of videos to catch up on. So that'll probably continue, maybe not 3, but probably at least 2 a week for a while here as I get through them all. So look for some more videos if you haven't had enough of me yet. So in the shop this week, I got a little bit further on the porch swing. I got the side panels, which are cherry. I got those all ready to go, and I am pre-finishing them, so when I put them into the grooves in the swing, when they shrink in the wintertime, you won't get an exposure of unfinished wood. So just like any kind of floating panel, it gets pre-finished first. The other thing I did on here is I finished up these side assemblies, so the whole frame is ready to go as well. All these now are the grooves to hold those panels in place. And the side assembly just gets that little curve on there. That wasn't done yet. So I got that taken care of as well. Now something I did with the curved elements of this, is which I typically do on just about everything, is I try to find a piece so that the grain actually kind of follows the curve, so it's not like truncated. This one's pretty good. It's better than the other one. It's not perfect, but it's a nice little detail that I think, I like those details. And the same thing goes for the panels as well. So the panels, I chose an area around a knot so that the grain kind of curves around this curve. So the grain comes up around this curve here, and this is the cutoff piece here. So the board used to look like that. So again, a little bit of a, this is hard to do. Again, it's a little bit of a subtle detail, but I'm a sucker for subtleties. So for the glue up for the frame, I'm actually going to do that in a few different stages just to make that process a lot easier. So I'll glue up this kind of outside frame first, and then the back assembly will get added to that with this panel, and then the side assemblies will get added to that with their panels. So it'll be a little bit of a longer process for that, but I think it's going to go a lot more smoothly, especially for me. This shop isn't that big. This is a big piece of furniture to be assembled in the shop. And that's the other thing that I be careful about is I'm pretty sure I have to assemble this on the other side of the shop so I can actually get it out of the shop. Because if I glue it up over here, it's going to be very interesting getting this thing fully assembled out of the shop. So, something else to consider. So yesterday I spent some time out here and got this log positioned on the mill so it's ready to go whenever I have time to cut it. Hopefully the next few days I'll have some time to get out here and do that. But I slid it the rest of the way onto the mill, and I also got it leveled. You can see there is a significant difference from one end to the other, but that gets that crotch section nice and level and flat across the top, so that should be good to go. This is going to be a very interesting log to cut because the saw is going to be at the highest position it's ever been when I cut through this piece here, which I'm just going to cut off, and maybe I'll cut it into some smaller stuff later, or it could be a bowl blank or something, but otherwise not a whole lot I can do with that chunk there. But I'm really excited about this because look at all the figure in there. You can already see from this torn area, this is all curl through here, so there is definitely a lot of figure and interesting stuff in here. And then in back here I got my little bases all set up for the log that's on the mill right now, as well as that white oak log I cut a few weeks ago. That needs to be brought over here, but I figured getting that stuff stacked first will be a little bit easier than putting a log here and then making it harder to get to this spot there. So as soon as this log gets cut, there's going to be a lot of lumber stacked back here. So let's head back into the shop and take a look at some viewer projects. First this week is a trestle and occasional table by David. Both these tables are made from mesquite that he cut from his ranch and he had milled at his local sawmill. The occasional table has a natural edge and a black pipe base. Next is an Adirondack guide boat by Lance. This was Lance's biggest project. It's 14 feet long and took him 5.5 months to build. Next is the kitchen table by Mike. Mike made this table for his grandma to replace her table she had for over 40 years. He sent me some pictures of the old table, and the new one is definitely an upgrade. Last of this week is a live edge coffee table by Drew. This was Drew's second piece of furniture, and it's made from a walnut slab and has metal legs. He says he likes how the legs do not overtake the overall look, which is what he was going for. He wants your eye to mainly focus on the slab itself. Drew has a video over on his YouTube channel while making this table, so be sure to check that out. So I think that's about all I have for this week. Thank you as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. As always, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.